Welcome to SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. Today we are on the north side of the Huntington Beach Pier, and it started off really glassy and smooth and about waist to head high. And then as the morning went on, it began to get choppy around 10 o'clock. And so I watched it in the morning on the cameras because we were going late today. And so we didn't even get in the water till close to 9 o'clock, which is usually when we're getting out. So it started smooth, but it quickly started to show some texture. And so it got real choppy, like I say, by around 10 o'clock. So we didn't stay as long as we normally would. But I managed to get some good waves. I got a really good right where I did a nice rail-to-rail turn. And I kind of ended. It wasn't a big wave, so it didn't last very long. I got a good left, but then after the bottom turn, I could only do one more turn, and the whole wave closed out. And I had to peel off and go straight and then kind of work my way over. And I tried to work my way back to the pier because you can paddle out alongside the pillars, which is a lot easier. But it took a lot of work to get over there, so I only did that once. The rest of the time I just paddled straight out and did my usual duck dives. So it was pretty good. Now there was a lot of people because there was a contest on the south side, so double the people on the right side or the north side. And so, plus there was a lot of surfers that were competing. So when they weren't competing, they were on the north side just catching waves, warming up, practicing, whatever. Maybe they were already disqualified or whatever, and were out of the competition. But it was extremely crowded, and so it made for a very interesting, not only just riding waves, but paddling out. You had to dodge people. There was one guy that went right over the top of me as I ducked over under him. And then another guy, I was paddling out, and he was on a big longboard, and as he was starting to paddle, the wave was starting to break on his back, and he decided he didn't want that wave anymore and tried to pull back, but he couldn't, and he was coming right at me, so I had to go as deep as I could, and I was on my bigger board, the 7-footer, so I can't get that one as deep as the 6-footer, so I went just as hard as I could and dropped down under the wave, and then luckily he didn't hit me or anything, and I came up behind the wave and I turned around, and he was just coming up from being thrown around because he tried to pull out, but it just pulled him over the falls, and he just tumbled for quite a while. So he was tumbled and thrown and whatever, but I came up and we had a little chat about how that was a nice adrenaline rush, even if it wasn't surfing. So, but a lot of waves, I'd go for a wave and there'd be two guys on it, and I'd look over the other side and there'd be another guy on that side. And then I took off on another wave and there was a guy on my right. So I tried to pull out and I couldn't because I was already in the middle of the drop. And there was another guy in front of me that was trying to paddle out. And so I saw him start to duck dive, so I just jumped off my board and to try to avoid, because all three of us were ending up in the same spot. So I jumped off and pulled my board back, and just all within a few feet of each other. So really tricky, a lot of people in every direction, surfing and paddling and everything. So it's pretty scary. So we didn't surf as long as we normally would. Just got tired of paddling around people and chasing waves with 4 people on them. But I managed to get a good left and a good right. The rest were mediocre. Now the water was a lot warmer. I took off my winter booties and my winter hat, and I was fine. There was a second or two when we found a cold stream of water that kind of went through the surf line there, so it got cold for a second. But regularly it was pretty nice weather. The sun was out. The water temperature's up to about 64, so very pleasant as far as that goes. Tomorrow I might go with a summer suit. We'll see what time if we leave early in the morning, I'm going to go with the winter, but if we leave later, I'm going to go with the summer because the sun's out and the wind is coming off the land now, so it's getting warmer. So we'll see tomorrow what happens. So I had a 4-3 wetsuit today, but tomorrow I might be on a 2-3. We'll see. I'm going to check the cameras and see if we're going out here at Huntington or possibly even Newport, because we'll have a rookie with us, or not really a rookie, but someone that doesn't surf as much. So his surfing muscles and stuff won't be in shape. So may have to take it easy and just have to wait and see how gnarly the waves are, and if there's, if we want to play it safe or if we want to just go for it. And we'll just take it from there. So it looks good for tomorrow. Weather looks good. The weather report looks good. The surf looks like it's going to be about the same. And the tide is now going later, so it was down at 10 something today. It'll be gone to about 11 tomorrow, and then we're going to be stuck with high tide, and the surf's going to have to get bigger in order for it to break at Huntington. So we'll just have to go as usual day to day. But we can usually find something somewhere. If there's some waves, there's there's somewhere we can get in the water. So we shall see. So for now, I guess that's it. We'll talk to you tomorrow. If the surf is good. If not, we won't. And so check out our sponsors, Task Bullet, nappyclothing.com, and Swing Easy Hammocks, and mine, WordPress. Elephant in the Room by Dan Nappy. It is almost done. I'm done writing the chapters. I have to edit a couple more, and we'll be done with that project, and we'll see if it goes anywhere after that. But for now, it's been fun writing a story about nothing, and we shall see how that goes, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you. Bye.